All right, everybody, you have made it to the end of the hard work in week 1, depending on how hard you find mobility, because you got one of those tomorrow. So we're doing total body speed and power 1. You're going to notice there's a blend of a lot of different exercises that are going to get you working head to toe. I mean, I think we've been working head to toe, but extra this time.
Nervous system.
Nervous system. Let's go. All right. So we are going to get warmed up with a jog. So just start jogging on the spot. We got 30 seconds. Getting all warmed up here. How you feeling today, Jarrett?
Feeling pretty good. Yeah, body's sore, but feeling strong.
Sore in a good
through
way.
this program. Ready for the tea.
Ready for the tea. Except it's the middle of winter in Canada.
Hey.
Maybe we'll do it twice. All right. Now we're going to go into our squat rotations, alternating. So you're going to go squat, rotate, squat, rotate. In 3, 2, 1, and go. It's getting 30 seconds in here. Really focusing on that trail leg extension, powering through the glute, going from one foot to the other as far as weight transfer. Really important skill to get in the golf swing. And there's a lot of pros prescribed drills that focus on weight transfer, pressure control. So this seems like an appropriate warm up to a golf exercise. And done. All right, let's hop into our A-frames. So you're gonna get into a squat position, make a bar with your forearm, and reach to the sky. So we're gonna do half the reps on one side starting now, and half the reps on the other side. So you wanna have a nice long spine. You don't wanna be crumpled forward, so stick your butt out, pull the shoulders back, get that spine as flat as you can. That's gonna allow you to maximize the mid-back rotation, and switch sides. Great work. Good job at home. And 3, 2, 1. All right, alternating toe touches. I'm gonna get out of Jarrett's way as usual for this one. And go. So you got 30 seconds here. He's going pretty dynamically, pretty fast, and that's a great way to kind of implement this in a dynamic warm-up. You notice sometimes we use this as a recovery move, and all that involves is changing the tempo. Good stuff. Really get into it, everybody. Maximize that rotation, that lunging into the hips. Feel that stretch on the inner thigh. And done. All right, we are ready to go. So we've got 2 moves. We got 2 moves for our prep. The first one, you've seen side bridges and planks and all this stuff before, but we're implementing it in a little bit different, a different capacity. So Jarrett, I'm gonna get you to get down here as I describe this to people because it's a hard one for me to demo and describe. So you're gonna transition, actually start on a side bridge. There we go. So you're gonna start in a side plank. He's got his feet wide and staggered, top foot over the bottom, and you're gonna try rotate all in one movement. So Jarrett, rotate all in one movement. Super controlled. He's not leading with his shoulders or his hips. To a front plank, over to a side plank. Now Jarrett, show them if you were to lead with your hips. Boom. So what ends up happening is he's rolling hips first. He's rotating through his back. We're actually making this an anti-rotation stability exercise. So you're trying to move as a unit, lock that core nice and controlled. All right, Jarrett, just take a second there. All right, get ready at home. You're gonna start in a side bridge on one side on the forearms, and you're gonna go for 6 reps. 1 rep is side bridge, plank, other side bridge, okay? And 3, 2, 1, and go. So he's traveling over, his hips and his shoulders are pretty much in sync with one another. So that's 1 rep. So going back to the other side will be his second. Nice and slow. Good. Moving on over. Amazing. Amazing control. So it's almost like he has a brace down his side, connecting his upper body and his lower body. Good. Was that 4?
4.
Yeah.
4.
And 5. And 6. Great job. Good work. All right, everybody at home. So just take notice if that was difficult and you couldn't quite connect the two, I would practice that in your own time. All right, so the next one we're gonna have, you're gonna have two options here. You're either gonna do the regular bird dog that we've done several times, remembering keeping the spine long, not arching through the back, not rotating through the spine, and the hips are level. Or you can kick it up a notch and do a bear bird dog. So I'm gonna raise the knees, get into a quadruped knee raise, and I'm gonna kick back and reach. Then I'm gonna slowly transition to the other side. So that's your tempo, and you're gonna go for 10. Okay, all right, Jarrett, hit the deck.
Yeah.
10 reps, and 3, 2, 1, and go. So he's in the raise. Reaching out, perfect. 1. So we're not getting you to hold each rep here for 10 seconds like we've done before. That would be terrible. Great. Good work. Nice. Eight, 9, 10.
Bear dogs.
Perfect. Good job, everyone. I'm sure you felt that a lot in your weight-bearing quad, the abdominals, trying to control that rotation. All right, so we are getting into our primary work. I'm just gonna get this down to appropriate height. Right here. So you're familiar with the pull-off press. We're gonna take a lunge stance here. Remember that it's your furthest leg from the line of resistance. That's gonna be in front. Pull-off press was just straighten out. Now we're gonna add an overhead component. So you're gonna have this here, go out, go up and down. In and out and up and down. So maybe do the first rep slow, and then you're gonna speed it up a little bit. We're giving you a lunge stance, which is gonna be easier to control the back extension. So when you bring this up, I don't want this. I want you to keep your core engaged and control that band without any arching of the low back. 1 second, we're gonna superset that. Now this is gonna be a little bit different than you're traditionally used to. We have decided, it's an executive decision, I'm gonna do this one because I really need you to see the full expression of it, and Jarrett would put this dumbbell through the roof. So you're gonna rack a heavy dumbbell to your shoulder, and when I say heavy, heavy enough that you can complete 5 hard and fast reps without it slowing you down too much. We're gonna do a squat press. So I'm gonna put my arm out for a counterbalance. Okay, and you're gonna try do that hard and fast. All right, how's that sound?
Sounds great.
All right, and Jarrett's gonna give me some cues if my form is lacking. All right, so we got 30 seconds on each side, pull off, lunge, press with an overhead. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Good work. So he's nice and slow, and then he's getting a little faster in his tempo there. So you'll notice as that band comes overhead, you might feel that increased pull towards the door. It's less of a stable position than having it at chest height. So it's a pretty appropriate progression considering we've been working on those pull-offs for a long time now. And done, switch sides. Turn around, everybody. Get your attention. Remember, these are really important to appropriately gauge what you can manage. You don't want to be tilting it all towards the door. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Good stuff. So he's watching that lead leg, not at all tilting in towards the door. Nice, reaching up. He's not extending through that low back whatsoever. So he's keeping those lower ribs tucked. Abdominals are engaged the whole time. Glutes engaged in that trail leg, keeping the tailbone pointed towards the ground, controls the pelvis, helps you efficiently fire the abs. 5 more seconds, everyone. And done. Great job. Well done. All right, so I'm stepping in here. I'm grabbing my 15. I may drop it down later on. I'm not sure. We're gonna go 5 on each side. So rack it at your shoulder. Arm out for a counterbalance. Jarrett's gonna cue me if I'm getting sloppy. And 1.
Oh. It's really feeling like this is going ground up. We want to get that energy from the floor, carry it up through the legs, through the hips, through the core, through the shoulder, and then that dumbbell's flying. Nice and stable at the top. Make sure core's nice and sturdy. Good. Emily's doing a great job using that breath to help accelerate the weight upwards. Boom. No buckles in the knees. Focus on that synergy.
Was that 5? I think
That's
that was 5.
great.
Okay, perfect.
Good power.
Whew. Yeah, it's not like I had any pull-ups to tire me out beforehand. There we go. Okay, and he's getting ready here.
Should just get you doing this whole circuit here.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds. Great work. You know what the exercise is at home, everybody. Oh, that squat breath has got me really fired up.
That's a big movement. That's the heart rate burner.
Great work. And done. There you go. Switch it up. Other side. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice work. Good. Good correction. You had a little bit of extension on that first one, but you reined it in.
All about the glutes.
Good work at home, everyone. Keep pushing. Now, this is a hard move, but this is why we're here. Speed and power. And done. Beauty. All right, just take a second. Get ready with your dumbbell there. Just gonna give you a little breather from that tail off. It's easier for me to jump right into it because I didn't actually do that. All right, ready to go at home. I'm gonna show you from the side. Rack that up safely. Arm out for a counterbalance.
And 1. Going for 5 aside. Good. And you can see that nice perpendicular line at the top. We got knuckles down through the shoulder, torso, hip, ankle. Nice perpendicular line from the ground. Good mechanical advantage. You don't want to be pressing that out in front of you, behind you, to the side. You want to drive that sucker straight up underneath that bone structure. Great job. Nice.
There you go. All right, take a little second there, everybody. A little breather, grab a drink.
This teamwork thing is good. I could get used to this.
But I enjoy watching him sweat too much, so I reluctantly made the executive choice to do the shoulder squat press myself. All right, ready at home? This is your last superset. And 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, here. You should be pretty comfortable with this movement by now. Good. Great control, Jarrett. Now you're probably fatiguing at home. If you have to dial in the range or release some of the tension on the band, that's okay. I need you to do this with good form. And switch. Getting ready. Choose your tension. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Do you find it harder on one side or equally the same?
Maybe just my legs are getting more tired on the second side.
Fair.
Yeah. Feeling the shakes.
Don't worry, we don't work your legs anymore.
Whew.
Not.
All about the legs. Big muscle groups, big burn.
Glutes are king of the swing. And done. Good job. Whew. All right. Whew. I'm all fired up.
There you go.
Okay, everybody at home, just take a tiny recovery there because you want to be able to do it at this max speed. A few breaths. All right, we're gonna get into her. I'm gonna rack this, whoop, up at my shoulder.
Perfect.
Got my arm out. Now remember, if you found these easy up to this point, I want you to up your weight because you probably aren't working hard enough. And 3, 2, 1.
And 1, 2. Good leg drive, good breathing. 4, and boom, kablamo. Other side. If you play basketball, almost think of shooting a long ball here, and
Don't ask me, I rode the bench. And 3, 2, 1, and go.
boom. 2. Good, keeping that dumbbell over the shoulder. And boom. Hey. extra one for good measure.
Whoops.
Good job.
I was like, oh no, my shoulder. Okay, all right. You made it past that first set of primaries. So we are now into decel lunge rows. So you're gonna do these on both sides. So you may not wanna go for your absolute heaviest weights first because you're gonna be still rowing for 30 seconds and then rowing again for 30 seconds. So I'm doing this all with my right leg first, and I'm gonna go decel forward, row, push back, decel forward, row. Okay, so you've got 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. What that's gonna be followed by, dun 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 dun, that's under my door, is a squat chop. So you're gonna get down. Jarrett may have to just watch his knuckles on this one and get enough tension on the band. Squat, chop, squat, chop, okay? So it'll be 5 on each side, all right? So that's
Perfect.
your superset. Jarrett, you ready?
I'm ready.
Grab your weights. You got 30 seconds of decel lunges, one leg only, and then we're gonna switch it up. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice. Good. So he's allowing himself plenty of time to absorb that landing. You got to learn how to decelerate to learn how to accelerate. Good. So much of the golf swing is creating speed with that hip deceleration before the rest of the body accelerates through. And last one. And switch it up. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. So we're getting that lower body deceleration with weights, but we're also getting a pull element here. Total body as promised. Good. So you can see why I recommend not going with your heaviest weights. You got time for one more. Beauty. All right. So he's gonna get ready for those squat chops there. Tension up on the band appropriately. So just do a little tester there to see where your arms end up. It's on enough of a diagonal that you might be fine. Yeah, you're perfect. Okay, here we go, everyone. You got 5 on each side. And 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great work, Jarrett. You look like a superhero. I'm gonna take off. I can't fly, but I can jump over tall buildings.
Don't tell people my altar.
And 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Well done, everybody. Grab a drink, take a second. Good little recovery here. How you doing, Jarrett?
Pretty good. Think I'm gonna
Oh, you're gonna up it up.
bump her up a little bit on those
Up
rows.
the weight. Okay, so depending on how you're feeling, maybe you up it. You gotta see how that feels on the legs, but you also gotta remember that your arms are basically rowing for a full minute, okay?
Right.
All right, ready to go?
Ready for the challenge.
Ready for the challenge. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. Now see everybody, he's kind of leaned forward. Keep going, keep going. As he comes forward, he's got that nice hip hinge. Lean forward, he's not crumpled in his back. Good, he's about 45-degree angle. He's continuous with his trail leg. Love it. And again. And last one. Perfect. Ready, quick transition everybody. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. Once again, he's got great form coming up on the ball of that back foot. If you're finding the balance hard, you can always step out with a slightly wider stance. So he's pretty much almost one foot in front of the other. If you need to move your front foot out to the side a little bit, that's okay. But not too much because you'll compromise the row. Good. Got time for one more. And done. Perfect. All right, take a second. Whoo.
Woosah.
How you feeling?
Ears are getting red.
Ears are getting red. All right, so he's getting ready with his band here, choking up on the appropriate amount of tension. You are at home as well. And we're gonna get ready to go. 5 reps on each side in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Switcheroony. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Excellent. Good pivot. So he's rotating on the ball with his back foot, getting into that lead leg. Nice. Well done, Jarrett. Woo-woo.
Ooh, thanks, coach.
Great job. All right.
One more round?
One more round.
There's always one more.
There's always one more. Okay. Just wait. We got to give everyone at home a break for the third one. Jarrett's really excited.
Thank you.
Jarrett's really fit. He wants a quick transition, but remember, adequate recovery is also important to be able to maximize speed and power output.
Absolutely.
Right? Right? Good thing I'm here to rein you in.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Last set. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice. Good job. Remember, it's 1 foot for 30 seconds, and then another foot for the other 30. Well done. And you got time for one more. Nice. All right. Switch it up, everybody. And 3, 2, 1, and go.
Keep breathing.
I hope you're keeping track of your weights at home, because you never know, in the future you may start this program earlier, do it twice, but up the weight the second time you do it. There we go. Well done. And you got time for one more. Well done. Well done, well done. How you feeling?
Whew, that set was tough.
Yeah, there we go. The third one is always the hardest one. Yeah. For obvious reasons. All right, get your resistance at home, everybody. This is the last time you're doing squat chops on each side. 5 reps, and 3, 2, 1, and go. 1. Oh, reset. 2. Good, so he did a good job of resetting himself when he lost his balance a little bit there. And one more. Great work. Good. Everyone at home, really maximize that transfer of weight into that lead leg, working that lead hip rotation, super important for posting up at the end of your swing. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Last set, 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. You might hear a little snap of elastic on your mic there. And where did that red band go?
Oh, there you go. Trixie.
Ah! Trick me. Hiding my stuff.
Just prepared.
All right. He's like, I'm going to hide this so she looks and I get a bigger break. Okay, everyone. So you've done the plank rotation knee taps before. However, this time we're adding a band to the equation. Grab your lightest resistance. Now, if you find this too hard, you can always go back to the regular version that you've done before, but I'm going to show you how you kick it up a notch. So we're getting down onto our forearms, and I'm just going to pivot and try to bring my elbow to my knee. Pivot, elbow to knee. Now, when I did this without the band before, I just tapped with my hand and I didn't have the band. So figure out what you're feeling like you can do. You got to do it for 30 whole seconds, 3 times.
Ooh,
then we're getting real fancy here. Hopefully you're not too dizzy at the end of this. We're going to do 180 jumps. So this is actually a really important speed exercise and rotational exercise for golfers. You see it a lot in junior golf. You see it a lot in agility sets with the pros. So you're going to start facing one direction. Use your arms for momentum. Okay, so that's 1 rep, okay? So when we do the first set, we're gonna start here and go from that direction. When we do the next set, we're gonna start from here and go that direction, okay? Keep me in check there, Jared. I might forget. All right, so you're gonna grab your band.
Oh, these are gonna be a doozy.
So Jared, you're gonna probably have to control your hands a little bit more for the 180 jumps.
Right on.
So you don't, because I touch the ceiling there. If you need me to step in, I can do that too. All right, everybody, and 3, 2, 1, and go. You got 30 seconds here. So pivoting, bringing your knee to your opposite elbow. There we go, great control. On the balls of the back foot. Great work. So it's a really good core exercise. It's nice and controlled. Getting a lot of oblique work in here. Hip flexors. All kinds of stuff. And last one, done. Beauty, how you doing?
Great.
All right, so give that 180 a jump, trying to rein in your arms a little bit here. There we go, perfect. All right, everyone at home, hopefully you got higher ceilings than we do. So we're gonna get ready. Remember, there and back is 1 rep. You got 5. And 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. How you feeling? Give you a second to not get too dizzy. All right, so remember where you started as far as setting yourself for those jumps, because you're gonna do the opposite the next time around, okay?
And that's okay to go continuous?
Yep, you can do it continuous as long as you can do it with quality and you can get set properly and get the appropriate amount of rotation. If you start to feel like, whoa, I'm losing control, you really need to reset and get into it again.
Reload.
Now, actually, a modifier that I just thought of, if you want to do it at home, say you were too dizzy after you did that one, you could just do hip switches. So we've done hip switches before as an agility round. 1, 2, so that could be your rep, but just do it as fast as you can. I know some people get dizzy really easily. Yeah. Okay, let's get down on the floor. Second set. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Great work there, Jarrett. Everybody at home, you're in the last set of the primaries. Then we got our burners. Good. Good controlled breathing. Last one here. Good stuff. All right, you can get on up, take a second. There we go. So remember, at home, you can either do the hip switches, depending on how you felt through the jumps, or you can do the full meal deal. Ready, Jarrett?
Ready for the meal deal.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Woo! Good
Start
stuff.
a tornado in here.
I know. All right, we got one last round of the primaries. Grab a drink, get a few breaths. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Yep. This is a fun workout.
Good stuff. We like to keep it hard, but we also like to keep it fun. Because it depends on your definition of fun. Everyone's is different.
This is fun.
All right, hit the deck.
All right.
Last round. And 3, 2, 1, and go. There we go. Pivoting. Great work. Good control. Getting onto those forearms. Nice. Oh, changing up the tempo. You have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Woo! All right, so you can get rid of that band. Last set of 180s, everybody. Get ready. You got 5 reps. And 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How you doing?
One's not too
Was
bad.
that the elbow or a wrist?
That was a knuckle.
Okay, one out of 15, not too bad.
Not too bad.
All right, great job, everyone. You made it to the burner. While I'm giving Jared a little bit of a break, remember, we've got 30 seconds of each move, the last one being an active recovery, and we do it 2 times. So, first move is a dolphin. This is for shoulder flexion. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get into a plank, and you're just gonna push back into a letter A, getting those shoulders nice and flexed, and come forward. Up and forward. So even though your abdominals are going to work, they actually get a little bit of a break in the pushback phase. And forward. Now, if that's really hard, you can do it from the knees and just kind of shift back and forth. That's totally fine. All depends on your flexibility. And then the next exercise is going to be slow mountain climbers, slow and wide. So you're going to be on your forearms, and I'm bringing my knee up and wide. Switching, other side. A really underrated anti-rotation exercise right here. Okay, and now what you can also do is you can tap down with your foot. I was floating my foot, so you can do that as well. Totally up to what you can do. Sumo jumps. We're just gonna burn out the glutes here. You can feel free to grab a dumbbell if you like, or you can just do them as is. So you can either hold a heavy dumbbell down here with wide feet, toes turned out, knees over toes, and just kind of hop up and down, or you can do it with no weight like I am right now, because it is 30 seconds. The active recovery move is gonna be a dynamic pigeon. I'm gonna give you 2 options. So this is a posterior capsule stretch. So you're either gonna cross one leg over the other thigh and sink back into the hip. Then you're gonna switch, continuously alternating, or you're gonna go for full pigeon, which is tucking that foot into the opposite hip, sitting right down, coming up, switch, sitting right down. So these really help stretch out the rotators of the hips, and it's a good active recovery. All right, here we go. We got 2 rounds. Dolphins. Let's get ready to rock.
Smartest animal.
And 3, 2, 1, and go. So Jared, actually unclasp your hands and put your forearms parallel. There we go. Good. Coming on back. Again, great mobility. So you can see he's got a really solid hip hinge. He's got a flat spine. You at home, maybe you're doing it from the knees, maybe you're doing it from the feet. There's no shame in either. We got to get it done, but we got to get it done in a way that's accessible for everyone. Good. And on to the wide mountain climbers. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice. Try to control the pelvis a little bit more. There we go, much better. So he's a little bit too wiggly in the butt there. So I had to tell him to rein it in. Did you come out of the gate too hot on that one, Jarrett? I was like, that's gonna be a long 30 seconds.
I think my femurs are too long.
And done. Great job. All right, sumo jumps. So again, weight or no weight. Jarrett's gonna pick his poison. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So again, you could always be ambitious and start with the weight and then realize, oh my gosh, I don't think I can get to 30 seconds. So you put the weight down, but you finish out your reps. Great work. So his knees at no point are buckling in. He's pushing out with the outer hips to keep that form. He's hinging at the hips. He's really committed to this burner. 5 more seconds. 1 more. Nice. Good job.
Oh.
Good job at home. I'm sure you really felt
Holy
that
Hannah.
one. So how'd you feel about picking that weight?
Yeah. No regrets.
All right, dynamic pigeons or posterior capsule hip stretch. Pick your variation and 3, 2, 1. You can do this nice and slow. This is your active recovery move. Feels so good. There we go. He's just wiggling a little bit. Kind of feeling it in the hip joint from a little bit of different angles, depending on the weight distribution. It is a ball and socket joint, so you can target it from a lot of different directions. Good. 3 more seconds. There. All right. Well done. I know you want to stay down there longer, but too bad. You
I
got
could do
one
that
more
for a little
round. All right, dolphins, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So the reason I got him to separate his hands and go parallel with the forearms is if you're too internally rotated in the shoulder, you're actually going to limit the amount of flexion you can get because you actually anatomically run out of space in the shoulder joint. So this just allows it to stay nice and open. You're gonna get a good lat stretch in here. A lot of things happening. 5 more seconds. And done. Might have let you go for 1 more second, not extra. All right, slow wide mountain climbers. Home stretch, everyone, dig in. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice. Great control. So despite his long femurs, he's controlling the pelvis quite well. Got a little too excited off the get-go on the first one, but he's doing okay. Gentle breathing. Don't forget to breathe at home. I say it a lot, but I'll say it again. Last one. Well done. How are those abdominals feeling?
Hip flexors, yeah.
Toasty, toasty, toasty. All right. Oh, and he's going for the weight. And he didn't even drop it down. Last set of hard work. 3, 2, 1, and go. So he's changed up his grip this time. Nice work. Make sure that as you get tired, you don't start to drop the chest forward more and more. As you shallow out the depth of the move, I want you to keep that chest lifted, nice and springy like a grasshopper. Drive it home, Jarrett. You're so close. 2, 1, and done. Woo! Good job. You deserve those pigeons. Actually, the pigeons was well selected given the muscles that you just worked there.
Yeah.
All right, and 3, 2, 1. Active recovery begins now. Just wipe the sweat up with your leg. I could have gotten you a towel. Good. And switch it up. Nice work. Do a little down dog in between. Well done.
Those burners.
I know, they get you every time. You're like, okay, I feel like I've been working in the primary. All right, you're all done, actually. It's okay. I will let you off the hook for going nice and slow for those ones as you're dripping literally everywhere. Okay, everybody. So what I want you to do is we're just going to get into a nice side bend stretch here. So I want you to widen the legs here. And you're just going to reach down one leg as you reach over. So you'll feel it as you widen your legs maybe a little bit more on the inner thigh that you're leading towards as well as the opposite flank. And come back to center. Go right over to the other side. Oh, I really worked hard on those squat presses.
It's big movement.
Good work. Come back to center. And we're gonna get those quads. So either find a ball for balance, or maybe your stability is really good and you're just gonna find a point on the floor to stare at as you get this one. Abdominals are engaged as you point the tailbone towards the ground. Good. And we're gonna go on the other side here. Done. All right, and I'm gonna get you to reach one arm across the chest. Nice stretch here. And switch it up. Good. All right, so I'm gonna give you the stability ball, Jarrett. We're gonna go for those twisted prayers. So I'm gonna get you to get into a child's pose there. Put your hands on the ball, wide knees, and you're just gonna reach out. So we're starting, hold in the center there for a second, just for a couple breaths. Look at that back, I could put a dinner plate on there. And you're gonna pivot over to the other side. And back to the other. Nice work. Okay, and stay where you are and just come back off the ball. So I'm gonna get you to just do a pec stretch on the stability ball. So you're gonna lift this arm up. There we go. So now he's just stretching out his pec on the one side there. So he's got his arm over the ball. Might wiggle around to get different fibers. You can, that's the great thing about the ball is you can kind of pivot it up, pivot it down. Good stuff. And I'll get you to roll that over to the other side. Last stretch here, everybody. Now feel free if you feel like there's some areas that are neglected or that you really need to give some more love to, you know, when the tape ends, just do that. You can never really cool down too much. Great job, Jarrett. Good work, everybody. That's your first total body speed and power.